What's up, Gospel Chops? Here we go once again with a special feature for you. We got my man, Mr. Anthony Taylor from Detroit, Michigan. He's going to show us a little something on the organ. The brother is 17 years old, but very experienced and very knowledgeable about the instrument. He's played with Fred Hammond, Troy Sneed. He's the music director for the Singletons, and he's the organist currently at Bethany International Church of God in Christ in Gilroy, California. He's going to show us a little something on the instrument today. What you got for us today?
I got some preacher chords for y'all.
Preacher chords. Okay, we need that most definitely. Why don't you open us up with something to start us off?
Hey y'all, I'm Anthony Taylor, and the thing I want to teach y'all today is preaching chords. And I have a couple tips for y'all musicians that are, trying to play, have to play for preachers. The first thing is to enhance. That's the first thing you always want to do. Enhance the message, reiterate what the preacher is saying to the people, because it's all about the message, not about how many chord changes you can get in, how many runs you can get in. It's all about enhancing. The first thing I would say to you is to be in sync with the preacher. You always want to catch his timing, his rhythm. If he's saying 2 words, 3 words, and pausing, then you will want to give 1 chord. If he's giving 3 to 7 words or whole sentences and then pausing, you want to give him 2 to 3 chords. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that's being in sync with him. You also want to keep in mind pitching. If it seems like he's put himself in a high key and he's struggling, you always want to make contact with him and let him and repitch him. It's all right to repitch them to a lower key that's comfortable for them. And the last thing I would like to say to you all is to always keep your eyes on the preacher and be in tune with what he's doing. Keep your eyes on him, watch what he's doing all the time, and you'll be fine. Okay, we're going to place the preacher in E flat. When the preacher is first beginning to tune up, say he's in E flat, you don't want to pull out all your drawbars. You don't want all. You want to keep it kind of mellow and let him build up. It's probably 3 phases he's going to go through. You're going to start off kind of mellow, and then as he progresses, you can pull out half the drawbars or some more and then when he gets in high gear, you'll pull them all out and giving you the screaming effect. But I want to go back and show some actual chords. Show some actual chords that I do when I'm playing for a preacher. And I always like to start on the 1 because that's where the preacher is at in E flat on the 1. So here on the 1 we have on the left hand, we have A flat, B flat, C, E flat, and F. And on the right hand you have A flat, B flat, C, and E flat. So you got. Then I go to the 3, which would be on G on the bass. Left hand will be G, C sharp. Right hand will be F, G, B flat, E flat. So you got. Third thing I will do is go to A flat on the bass, sharp, C, and then on your right hand you would have F sharp, C, and E flat. So now you have, in between the 4 and the 5, you would have a diminished. I always like to put in a diminished. That's traditional preaching chords, which would be on the A, on the bass. And you would have on your left hand F sharp, A, C, and E flat. And I always like to double up on my chords when I get diminished. So you would have. Then I go to the 5, which would be B flat on the bass. Then you would have the first chord that you started off with on the 1, which would be A flat, B flat, C, D flat. On your right hand you would have F, A flat, B flat, C, and E flat. So you have. And to bring me home would be, I would go to C, which would be the 6. And on your left hand you would have E, and E flat. On your right hand you would have E flat, A flat, C, and E flat. So now you have. Then I would go to C sharp on my bass, and on my left hand I would have F sharp, B flat, B, and E flat. On my right hand I would have F sharp, B flat, and E flat. So we have. Then I like to add something in for the jazzy musicians. On the D, I would add F sharp, C. On the right hand, you have F, B flat, and A. So you have. And back to the first chord that you started with, which would be E flat, which is A flat. This is how I would play it. Okay, this is for the jazz people that like to play the churchy chords real jazzy. I learned this when I was in Detroit. There is, I started on the G, which is the 3, and on my left hand I have F, A, B flat, and D. On my right hand I have a clutter, which would be F and G, A, C, and E. So I have. Up chromatically up to A flat on the bass, which is a 4. You have F sharp, B flat, B, E flat, F sharp, A flat, B flat, C sharp, F sharp. So now you have. Chromatically again to the A, which would be move up to the 5 on the B flat. And your left hand, moving up chromatically, your left hand will be A flat, C, C sharp, and F. Your right hand will be A flat, B flat, C, E flat, and G. So now you have. Then we're going to move to C on the bass. And on your left hand, you'll have E flat, A. On your right hand, you'll have D, G, and B. So now you have. Now we're going to move chromatically up from C to C sharp, which would be a half step up, You have E flat, E flat, A flat, C. You can even add another E flat in there if you want to. And that's C sharp on the bass. So you got. Now you have. Then you can go to D, up chromatically, left hand, F, B, right hand, E, A, C sharp, D. Now you have. And now we're going to come back to the 1, chromatically from D. It's E flat. And now you have F sharp, C, F, E flat, and D. So now when you put it together, you have. To you musicians out there that are starting out, I would advise you to pray. Have your pastor pray for you, and keep practicing every day. Praying and practicing, that's like the best thing you can ever do. Put those two P's together, man, you'll make it. Try to get someone that can teach you at your church, but if you don't, you always got gospel chops here for you, man. I'm Anthony Taylor, aka Hurricane B3, coming at you, man.
Hallelujah. I just feel like having church on nobody else. God has been good to me. Can anybody think of just one thing that the Lord has done that you know it was Him? You know it was God because you couldn't work it out. Yeah. And that deserves your praise. You just feel like praising Him for that one thing, that one thing. The song says, when I think of the goodness of Jesus and all that He has done. Do I have any witnesses that your soul is crying out? Hallelujah. Thank God for saving me. You can be seated.